Was it rotate potential? Animation player. It's playing. I don't want that. Yeah, that'll work. With 8. Alien Boy. Oh, yeah, mate. Forgot you're on the Discord server. Thanks for... I think it's Twitch. Thank you. How you doing, mate? You alright? What are you working on these days, Alien Boy? I was making a little placeholder for where the laser shoots from, which will be around about here. So I want to make this a little bit brighter, so it's like it's got light coming out of it. Where's the middle? 7. Yeah. In fact, you know what would work? Maybe. Oh wow, I've got 2 alien boys, the same guy, right? If I did something like that, so if I made that flicker a bit, and it's shooting the laser out. How can I get it centered as well? Because that's off-centered, right? There we go. Maybe 1. Yeah, so I'm going to make a copy of this. Let's go 4 because it's going to take all night else. So I'm going to make it small like that. Nope. Maybe there. A bit much in it. Kind of works. I mean, this is going to be from a distance from the eye. It's a placeholder, it will do for now. The initial start is too small, that's what the issue is. In fact, it goes all the way down to 1 for some reason, when it shouldn't. Let's see what it looks like. Actually, you know what? It going down to 1, I think that helps it. Because the laser, I'm going to try and add a little bit of a glow effect on it too. Okay, it'll do. It's a little placeholder. It'll have to do for now. Oops, what are you doing? There you go. Laser holder place. Laser base placeholder. I don't know what my microphone level is or anything. I'm gonna have to check my video. Take some meds as well. My head's pounding. Ah, water, beautiful. So my sprites, I've just added a base, so we need hazards, which obviously a laser's gonna be. Anything to do with lasers will go in the laser folder. Let's move it over. Where are you? I'm also flirting with the idea of having some... Oh, that wasn't what I went to do. Some crystals. I don't like that. I don't know why I've got a base on those crystals. And also with doing normal maps, which is kind of cool. It makes your game look a little bit more 3D, but I don't think it works with my style. So I need to move you over. I wish Godot had something where you could drag it. So for example, if I drag this over, it would go into hazards, but if I tried to drag it onto the laser, it wouldn't. I have to click on here, then do it, which I think is just a bit of a weird way of doing it.
I'm Kathleen Scher.
And I'm Allison Toy. On our show Lionshare, we get to feature full songs alongside their stories when we highlight Asian artists every week in our Music Plus talk show, a new type of show created with Spotify's free podcasting platform, Anchor.
With Anchor,
Oh, what
you
you doing?
any Spotify song into your episodes and combine them with talk segments by you to create a Music Plus talk show.
Want to make your own? It's easy.
So I know
All you
it's
have to
4
do is head
across
to
1 down.
anchor.fm/Music Plus Talk and download the Anchor app.
So that all, Adam. Why did you do that? Start again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hide this. No, I'm just gonna move it down here so I can see it on top. With the laser, I always want its offset to be where I'm going to place it. Now I'm going to place it on this line here, so highlight it, put this on, make it 1:1. And this way I can just press V here. Brilliant. I have to move like that. And this probably going to change the shape. Yeah, you do need that. This is going to be a bit weird because it looks a little bit offset, right? Looks like it's not on exactly. So how would I get around that? I guess just do that for now. It doesn't really matter right now. It should work. How do I resize that then? Oh. Kind of, right? That's a little bit of a weird thing. I thought you'd just be able to do it pixel perfect, no problem. What's this? I don't even know what that is. Custom solver basis, does anyone know? Hi, not name, how you doing, mate? I don't think I've spoke to you before, so if I haven't, nice to meet you. So I've got like a bit of a weird quirk with it. I mean, it's no biggie. I mean, you can see as I want to increase it by 1 pixel, it's obviously going to increase it by 2. It's a power of 2, so I can't seem to get around that, which is really frustrating. I guess I could do it, yeah, by doing 7.0, and then I have to offset it. It's just, yeah, it's a little bit of, that's a really messy way of doing it. In fact, let me just check something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Maybe that's what my issue might be then. I need to make this one just a bit wider. It'll make more sense, especially when I want this to be the middle tile. Just makes life easier. I know it's a bit more work, but I should be able to do it from here, right? No, I'd have to redo the whole thing again, which I'm not really ready to do. Screw it. It's placeholder anyway, so I'm not going to mess around with this. I'll have to do. I don't think it was going to work. Oops, wrong one. This doesn't matter because the player can touch the base, nothing's going to happen. But I need the base to touch other things because I'm going to have the lasers moving around. Hey Pixel, how you doing, mate? Increase of me what? Hey Foxim. It's weird, I'm not used to... I mean, I know Pixel. Pixel's the very first person I ever talked to when I did streaming YouTube or anything. Which is kind of like an original guy. It's well weird. You were like, we gotta increase this with 1 pixel. Yeah, I need to increase it by 1 pixel, but then I'd have to do the glow again, and I can't be bothered just right now. Also, I noticed this isn't right either. This is weird doing it back on stream again. Let me just... Yeah, I'm going to have to redo this again. That's fine. So it was... I think it was 5 instead of 4, which is my fault. Oop. There we go, that's a bit better. You need to be here. In fact, you need to be here now. Which makes life a bit harder for this guy. There you go. I mean, I know it sticks out a little bit. That's going to bug me, but I'm going to... This is just placeholding just to make sure it works. So I need a laser to shoot out here. But also I need the laser to detect things, right? And to do that, I'm going to use a Raycast, which is perfect for this. How I'm going to show the laser, I'm not really sure yet, but I'm going to just sort the actual functionality out first. So it doesn't really matter for this because I'm going to do it in code, but let's just put it at 100. Make sure it's enabled. We also want to make sure it collides with areas, do I? What's an area that I want to collide with? So I want it to collide with static bodies, which is environment, and the player, which is kinematic bodies. So I don't think I need areas on for this one. Yeah, makes sense. Also, it's colliding with only the environment, but I want it to collide with the player too. I don't want it to mess around with creatures and objects, that's fine. This is one fantastic thing about using layers. You can put things on different layers, so you don't have to be like, oh, if you touch something and if it isn't the player, then don't do this. You can just put it on the layer, it'll do it for you. Virtual hugs. I ain't gonna do the hugging thing. I am a hugger. What am I about? Long time, geez, how you doing? Yeah, I'm pretty good, Pixel. I went through a stage of not being that great, and I'm on an up at the moment. Could you have a problem in my project? Oh, what is it, Foxen? Let me know. Like, my main purpose, really, I mean, I'm making a game that, but I love Godot because it's the only thing I've enjoyed using. So I kind of want to make Godot bigger if I can. Thanks, Pixel. I appreciate it, mate. Right. So this is going to be going up, down, left, right, the works, and I'm going to have another one which will rotate, and you can have like as many lasers as you going around in a circle as you want. Yeah, Game Maker Studio, I don't miss it. Pixar, I don't miss Game Maker at all. I mean, I don't know, I love Game Maker because it kind of, going from Unity to Game Maker was nice because it was so much quicker to make games. But I was using the old Game Maker, and the new one does look better now, and I just didn't want to spend money to go up. Why spend money when I've got a free engine, you know? So I'm going to save this object just in case something happens to my PC. Into my objects. It's going to go into my hazards. Because I'm going to have multiple lasers, it's going to have its own folder, so it'll be the laser folders. Lasers. I used to spell lasers with a Z. So I need to have it so this... I'm just going to tie it to my mouse and then move it around with it, so I'll do that now. Oh, this needs its own thingy, doesn't it? So I'm using inheritance as well, just to make my life a little bit quicker, easier, even. Laser is an object. It can be touched by the player. I'm actually wanting it to be touched by some objects. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Clear it. New, and I'm just gonna... I don't know if I should make a laser parent. Scripts. Where's the hazards there? Oops. We'll just call it laser, and I'll use this as a parent. Create. Yeah. Extends, and we want this to be hazard. So I know that this object is now hazard, and anything I put into the hazard, stuff like when the level restarts, I can put the code in one place and it'll do it for everything rather than having to put it in every single hazard object. Here we go. It's a problem when I'm making a tile map. Collision, I got news, and it's collision is detected only on the edges, and my character is going crazy. It's a problem when I'm, yeah, is it? I had a problem with this. When I was running along a tile map, my character would bounce. Is that what yours is doing? That's directed at Foxen, by the way. Because if it's that, my way around it was a little bit complicated, but it's probably worth doing it. It would be using Raycasts. So, if I just open this and show you what. I forgot where I put my controller. So you can see now is it? Yes, that's it. That is such an annoying bug. I'm assuming, are you using a method called isFloor? Let me just find it for you because it's no point in me saying it. I'll just find it. Where's my player?
Are you having trouble falling asleep?
Let's just put them in play
meditation
physics,
to help
and I'll
ease your
say.
mind
So
and
you can see here I'm using is on ceiling.
sleep meditations for
What else am I
women
using?
podcast
I'm sure I'm
with
using
people
is
guided
wall, and the only thing I don't use
meditations
is floor. Let me just see what it is.
meditations like
This
relax your body to
is
sleep, and
floor?
when you
Yeah,
can't
it's on
sleep,
floor.
just
For some reason, when I use this, my character just kind of goes, I'm on the floor. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. As you're walking
right here
across.
on Spotify.
And I think one way around it would be going to your player. So let me go to my player. And you'll see this sort of like a thing here. Motion, sync to physics, collision, safe margin. And if you tweak this, it might help. I don't know if it did for me. Yeah, it did for me, but then it gave me like a kind of... Because it's safe margin, it gives you like a little pixel of margin. So instead of bouncing, you just glide across. But then I had other issues with that. But try and mess around with safe margin. See if you can find like something that would work for you. If not, what I use... I'll zoom in really quickly. Is a Raycast. And this Raycast ground... Basically, I just say, hey, is the Raycast touching something, like that's environment? As you can see, it can only collide with the environment. If it is, then it is clearly on the ground. This is so much... I think it's simpler, it's quicker, but if you're not used to Raycasts, they're a little bit scary. But I have got a tutorial series. I don't want to like plug stuff, but it does cover this. It's just a polished platform player thing. It's not the best code now. I don't use state machines when I should have used state machines, but there is a section that talks about exactly that. And hopefully, if you can't get those, if you can't get this safe margin working, then I would recommend looking at that tutorial series. Hey, young artifact Hydra. I'm gonna call you Hydra, mate. It's quicker for me. Does that help Foxing more? Is anything else? Well, it's funny, I'm working on Raycast. Awesome. Get your Raycast sorted. Honestly, there's such a better way. Like, because now with is on floor, it's like you're touching the floor no matter what. Now I can go, well, maybe I want mine to be here. Maybe I want it to be there. Same with my wall jump. The wall, when it hits this Raycast, that's when I jump. And you think, well, why wouldn't you have it touching the player? Well, your eye doesn't see exactly what the computer shows you, right? Your eyes are a bit slow. It's like why we have Coyote time and jump buffers. Like when you if you don't have Coyote time and you press A, just as you've left the platform, you'll just fall and it feels wrong. So that's why using Raycast you can visually see the buffer rather than typing it in code, which I don't think is always the best way. Pixel, I've added a new thing. I don't think you've seen it. I'll show you. Oh, no. Press the wrong thing. Come on, mister. I'll go full screen for this one. So, I was getting a bit bored with just, the typical double jumps. I did have a dash, and it was kind of controlled, but there's nothing, it's just... Wall jumps are there, doubles, and it feels great. I mean, the movement, it's got some slides, it's alright. It's just... Yeah, it was too generic. Now, this mechanic that I've just put in isn't really my idea, I'm sure. I don't know where I got it from, but I got it from somewhere. But you can just sort of... Oops, I died. But you can kind of, like, direct your player in, so you can jump towards, like, spikes. So if I went... I know I'm going to die, so I can just about get out of it. Now, you can only do one of these jumps. You can't do another one until you land on the floor. But I'm going to have it so you could have power-ups in the air. So you could jump for a power-up, collect that one, and it recharges your dash shield, or whatever you want to call it. Pixel. Thanks, Pixel. I think it looks terrible. I don't like these tiles. These aren't the tiles that were the original ones. These are the ones I went over them because my artist left, and yeah, I'm not worried about how it looks right now. That's going to be towards the end because I'm not an artist. But if I can get a game feeling good and stuff, and an artist goes, hey, I'll come in, I'll give them 50%, blah, Bob's your uncle. Everyone calls me Hydra. Anyway, cool. Sorry, my chat isn't refreshing, which is really annoying. It says I've got a new message. I thought it was going down, but it wasn't. Skylar, hi. Can I ask you if you know how to auto tile map a maze game? So I kind of do and I kind of don't. I've never used the inbuilt tile mapping for Godot. I don't like it. I made my own, so I can do it, but my way is using like quite a complicated script. Let me find it. It'll be in my level editor. It should be in my tile editor. How many lines? It's not that bad actually. It's just over 300 lines of code, but it's just now with mine. The difference is that I'll show you how I work it. I'm happy to give this code away for free, by the way. It's not, people can have to the level editor, so I don't really care. Ooh, let me just sort this out. I think I've got a cat in the room. So most people, when they do a box, you'll see, it'll have the same corner piece down here. It'll always be the same, but if I did the exact same thing, it changes. So each time you're going to get something a little bit unique, something a bit different. Now it's, obviously it looks samey, of course it's going to. But if you were a better artist, you'd probably make more use of this. And as you can see, auto tile maps as I'm drawing. It took me ages to make this, to be honest. Yeah, I only made this because it's so much quicker to make levels this way. You can just put some bats flying around and stuff. Hey, Grits, you're right, mate. Why'd you come in? Because I want to get money, innit? Why? Oh man, so I can't see Grits messages on. Oh man, this is really irritating. You have a cat, I want pictures. I don't have a cat, but I have one that visits me. So weird story. June 2020, June was the worst month of my life. I won't get into it. I got really poorly, blah blah blah. It was just like I was asleep and I dreaming a rat was on my bed or something. It was pitch black in my room, and all of a sudden I'm half awake, half asleep. So obviously it might have influenced it. And I feel something moving on my bed, so I turn around, scream, and this ginger flash jumps out my window. And I quickly realised, well, obviously that's a huge rat. So I looked out my window, and it's a cat with big eyes staring back. Anyway, ever since he came in, but the first couple of months he would only come in when I was sleeping, and he'd bite me really hard. Then when I wake up, he'd be like, "Oh, you awake? I didn't know you was awake. What you been up to?" He obviously didn't talk, but that's how he looked. But yeah. So now we're best friends. And now I've got another cat that visits me. They're not strays though, they're obviously well fed, they're just opportunists. Yeah, so this little level editor does auto tiling for me. So when I place the tiles, it goes through this script, and the great thing about this is that you could have as many middle tiles as you want. I've got 4 per block, so you could have, well, I don't know how many Godot supports. I think it's something like 256 tiles. So yeah, you could go crazy with it if you wanted to. Cat dog. I do like dogs too. It's just I'm more of a cat person. There you go. Oh, man, this my chat is really taking its time to update. Yeah, what I need to do is I need to clean this up, really comment it, because it is quite hard to understand from the, it's a lot of line of code, it's a little bit scrappy, but the original one I did it was over 1,000 lines of code, and that was a mess. Look at this, Elsif. But you can see it's like top middle, top left, etc. So I know I've got a hazard. I want to tie this to my mouse because it's the quickest way of testing that the laser actually works. Let's just move, check that I can actually... One thing I do in Godot is really important for me is to make sure every scene will run by itself. If it doesn't, and it's got too many dependencies, you've got to decouple it. Watch this not work now. Oh, it worked. That's good. So you can see it's tied to the mouse. So the good thing about this is you could just, without worrying about what the laser looks like, I can just visualize stuff. I've actually done a tutorial on lasers, so I probably am going to do my own tutorial. Which is the most vain thing I've ever said. Right. Yeah. Okay, I can test that now. Let's get rid of this. These aren't with you anymore. Oh, I wish this thing would go down for me. Hey, AX50. I need a name because that's gonna be hard. I'm gonna call you 50 cent. Like Ray use IP. Yeah, Godot tile map isn't the greatest, but I read that it's getting reworked for Godot 4 and a lot of improvements have already been made to it. Yeah, I mean, I think Godot's tile map is actually pretty good. You know, we had it before Uni had one, and I'm not doing the verse thing because obviously Uni is way older and we're playing catch up. But yeah, version 4, it should be a lot quicker. However, only recently they've done it so GLS E3 does batch calling. So even right now, if you've got a lot of sprites, for example, like a tile map, it just does it in one call, which it used to do many calls. Now it's not too bad because most computers can handle that, but it's just nice to know you've got that extra performance on your side. Really need to work on my Froggy game. Put your pictures in me. One thing I find that keeps me motivated is showing people my work. Even if it's like I show people like, oh, I've just put a tiny little thing in and I show it. It must annoy people, but I like doing that. You know, it keeps me motivated, so why not? Foxham. Okay, it doesn't work, but thanks. I'm gonna try fix it. Not a problem. So Foxham, go down the Raycast route for the bottom collider. It'll save you so much of a headache. In fact, I'll give you the GitHub. Let me find it. YouTube. If I get the latest one. I don't know if that's the latest one or not. That's what I'll slide in. It does cover it. How do I put it into here? There you go. Last thing I did was Google Ads and colour variations. Cool. I know what keeps you motivated. I don't even want to. Suck down the cock. Yeah, I'm finding this way more distracting than not being on stream, but it's way more fun too. So fuck it. I do swear. I know, like I don't in my recorded video stuff, but. So what do I want to do? I want to get the Raycasts, so let's put them in now. Just call it Ray. Typecast it to a Raycast 2, so I don't have to mess around with non-typecasts. And my thing just follow that. In fact, I can kind of read my thingy on here. No, you can't. Oh, so irritating. Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? Not a problem, Foxham. I hope it helps. I mean, even if you like, you don't have to like use the whole thing. You can just look at the part, you know, like what I talked about, just the ground ray. I think it's called ground ray. You know, you'll know it anyway. It's right at the player's feet, and you'll understand what I'm trying to do with it.
Exactly why it makes sense to promote your business here. Yeah, your business. Whether you have 2 employees or 2,000.
Right, so I've got my Raycast in.
Narrow of an audience as you need.
I know that it's only going to be looking for the player and the ground, so I'm going to do the whole...
.spotify.com or tap the banner to learn more.
I forgot how to do this. So I want to cast to where it collides, but only if it's colliding. Then, actually, I want to make sure what's it colliding with. If it's colliding with the player, then of course I want to do that. So, if ray.get collider is in group, returns the first object that ray intercepts. Null if no object is gone. Okay. Then I know that you've just killed a player, so we want to say game.gameState. No, we don't. Player died. Else it has to be the ground, because that's the only thing else it could collide with. So I want to cast my ray towards the where it collides with. Elvis, I can't say the second name, bud, sorry. Thanks to your videos and Glow Shader, I'm using it for shoot 'em up. Nice, I'm working on the shoot 'em up as well, I was. Coding is hard. Yes, it is, and I hate when people go, yeah, everyone can make games. But Godot feels fun to play with. Exactly, yeah, my sentence is exactly like, Godot's the first engine where I'm not fighting it every day. Like, not every day, but you know what I mean? Like, I had some... Scott, I even had some weeks in other engines where I'm just like, I'm not enjoying using this. Like, it's like, why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? I mean, Godot has a few why is it doing that, but it's really, I find it really intuitive and easy to grasp. But everyone's different. Cast 2. So, oh yeah. So I think I'm going to cast the ray to where it's touching. So that way it doesn't overshoot, and then I'd have to get the ray length and then do the laser length based on that. Oh. Cast to... It's going to be... the X. So this is another thing I've got to worry about, because obviously if I've got rotating stuff, oh man, it's going to be well more complicated. Hey, and boy, you didn't miss much, mate, just me waffling on. We'll do some other stuff. Nice to speak to you, Hydra, mate. It's good to see that you're still around. Take it easy, mate. So I'm going to cast the ray to its X position. Its Y position doesn't change because it's casting to the right, but its X position does. So I'm going to try it. And let's just... I don't think that's gonna work. Let's put it in new level, just see if I can... Oops. So I'm gonna see if it kills the player, actually. Some slow down. Bonk. Yeah, kills the player. Non-existent call to cast thing. Yeah, it's... I didn't think that was gonna work. Envirer. Yeah, fine. I'm so used to C#. Ah! Oh no, I get it at the collision point. How do you get that again? Oh, the Mad Tinkerer. Nice. I have not spoke to you in a while. Yeah, that's what I am gonna be doing that. But right now, I'm trying to focus on... I mean, I've made a tutorial on this, but it's all gone out of my head. And I don't want to use it because I kind of like want to make sure it stays in my head, if you know what I mean. But I remember how it makes sense that I want to get where the collision happens. And that's where, basically, I want my Raycast to stop. Get collision point. Maybe it might be that, right? Who would have guessed? I always forget if this is... Yeah, it is. Let's see if this works. Oops, nope. Non-existent function, cast 2, based. Is that true? Cast 2. Set raise position, destination point, relative to raise, cast position. I think I'm just going to be cheeky and look it up, because I'll end up being here all day else. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, well, you'd think that, but the amount of times I've done something, like, I tried learning German. Actually, no, German's not too bad. I tried learning German and French, a little bit of Spanish, and yeah, I can say the word 1,000 times and it'll never stay in. Hey, Flammable Flame 505, how you doing, mate? Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on the GitHub of the laser thing that I made, so. Actually, would it be easier if I just went... Oh, come on. How to make laser. Laser GDD. Wow. That's worrying. I didn't use the Raycast, not in the traditionals, not in the Node Raycast, I used it actually in built stuff. So I'm just going to copy and paste this in. Which might mean getting rid of it. Actually, I'm not going to get rid of it just yet. Now, I'll just stop this. Now, handle beam is going to be expecting objects, which right now I've not got. So handle beam, where's the actual object part? Oh, bugger. Does that ray hit? That's how I did it. Yeah, that makes more sense. Alright, Pixel, nice stopping in, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Afrikaans is a mix of German, Dutch, French, and English, so maybe you'll find that a bit easier. Nope. I know about Afrikaans though. It's such a weird language. I thought it was more Dutch based though. I don't know. Can you put your code back up, please? I'll have a look. Using all code like a true pro. Sorry, JWR26 Games. Which code did you? There was it. The thing is, if I use this old code, then I've got to like look in how I did the handle beam stuff. Let me just look at it. So I define array, which I don't typecast, which is stupid. Get world 2D direct space state. Then I do a hit, so I send the array out. Then I look for, where's it looking? That's just making sure that it's, let me just see. I think it's colliding with areas 2Ds and I don't want it to. Yeah. I might turn this to false. I'm not gonna worry about it just yet though. Also, how do I stop it from colliding with, like, because like with an area 2D you can define the collision layer mask, but I don't know how to do that on this. Oh yeah, I've got Ray twice, that's still good. I need to see what this is typed as. Do I want to use this way? Distance to hit, that's what I wanted, and that'll sort out the beam length. So where's the beam? I'm just going to put you on here. Yeah, I can do that. There's the laser center, I already got it ready. No? Another thing I need to do as well is make sure that the V is here.
Reinvent how they design their games. The most important part of game development is testing. But when the pandemic hit, Hasbro couldn't bring people into their headquarters to test. Now with Teams, they can remotely test new Monopoly games with families in their homes.
Why is that?
They can get more diverse insights from families all over the world. Where there's a team, there's a way. Learn more at Microsoft.com/Teams.
There we go. It's all broken.
Disney Plus brings you more with Star.
Here we go.
More brand new originals like the
Just put
Oscar-nominated
it there so I can see
Nomadland.
it.
I'm not homeless. I'm just.
So you can see already. Oh,
Shows
just
like
put it down.
Dollface starring Kat Dennings.
I'll see you there.
And grown-ups
I messed that one
starring
up. I've got to make this a bit 1 pixel bigger, but it's just placeholder right now.
Seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
You need to calm down.
And over 300 episodes of Family Guy.
Where are you getting that error? I don't know.
Only on Disney.
See you later, Foxham. I get up early tomorrow. Oof. I don't. It's to be fair, like with the virus stuff, everyone's like, oh, you know. I'm like, yeah, it's a normal day for me. The nonsense. Oh, I know why that happened. It's my stupidity. I was using Raycast 2D, and I kind of still want to use it, but I'd rather just cast a Ray in code, I think. So I'm just going to use that as a visual reference. Yeah, actually, I can still use it as a reference. Make sure that this is laser centered. Yep. I need particles, but I'm not going to worry about them. So let's not worry about the particles. I can do the laser. Anywhere there's part, I need to turn that off. I think that's it. So let's just see what this looks like. Cool. It's going so laggy with the... Oh, I know why that's happening. Try again. See you, good luck, and... Yeah, I read that. I'm an idiot. That's a bit of a weird effect. Why is it doing that if I move it around? Don't like that. So it's not getting the player, that's good. It is getting these though. See, this is the issue what I was worried about, because then in theory one of these could block the player's path. So now I've got to be like, how do you do... Right, I'll find it. Google. What's it called again? If you check for the dock inception, you can see that... Oh, I hate people like this. It's like you ask a question like, oh, if you did this, it's like, just, you know the answer, just say it. You know, not everyone knows it. If you check the dock's incept function, you can see that the fourth parameter is the collision layer. Collides with body. Oh, there you are. So how does that work then? So that'd be... That doesn't tell me much. Int. Where's the collision layer? Incept's given got an object, meta shape, normal. You don't talk about it anymore. There you are. Additionally, the method can take and exclude array objects. I already used that. It'd be excluded from collision mask, bitmap represents the collision layers to check in of the boolean to determine the rate. That's really weird. Because look at that. Like, does that make sense to anyone else? I guess it's 1, 2, 4, 7. You got 4. I don't know. Is that collision masks and layers together? Okay, well, is this exclude? Where is it again? Additional. It can take an exclude. So I want to exclude 3. Let's just see if that works. Oh. So I'm excluding 1 there? Is that true? So try 3. Just make sure that's right because I don't know. Let's put see what the crow is. He's on 1, which he shouldn't be. Okay, that was a bad example. I think of another object. What about a wolf? The base 10 integer of the bit mask. Yeah, I found that confusing. In the editor, you can't set the collision mask to layer you want. You can in the editor, but I'm not using the Raycast 2D in the editor. It's in code, so it gets a little bit more complicated. But I think it's quicker than using a 2D node, and I'm gonna have quite a lot of these, so it makes sense. Mask is the layer. Yeah, I understand how that works. It's not that. I know what you mean. You're thinking for this. So the Raycast here, so you can mess around with there. I totally get that. But what I'm doing, I'm not using this. In fact, I probably should just remove it because it's just going to be distracting. and then I'm actually using this method here from the Get World 2D library, and I'm hitting array out, and you've got to do it in code here. So I excluded 3. I think I did. Players 2. So let's see if he collides with the player. Yeah. Oh, this is, I don't know. Yeah, he collides with the player. Oh, yeah, he does, because, see, I've put a little bit of tolerance on the player. You can see his head. So when you jump and you kind of touch a spike, you can get away with it, just because, you know, it'd be moving around so quick, you know, he moves so fast that you'll be fine. So, I know that works. That's fine. It goes through the U. What about you? Does it go through them? No, it doesn't go through the worm. Okay, so what the worm mask is? It's the worm mask is. Oh, this is way confusing. The worms is on 3. Worm. Let's make sure. Also non-correlated, your artwork is... It's not my artwork, I should make that known. The only artwork that's mine in this... I think... No, mine's not even the saw. It's this little thing here and the tiles. I think... that's mine as well. Oh, and the bunny's... No, the bunny's not mine. Thanks, though. I mean, I think, yeah, I bought the worm and I bought the rat, but I think I'm going to keep the worm, but I need to make it fit more and make it much bigger, and obviously it's an enemy, right? Because you're moving really fast and you just hit into a worm, sometimes you're a bit like, oh, that's a bit of a... That shouldn't have killed me, you know. I want it to be like, oh, yeah, don't go near that fucker because he's got teeth, you know. Okay, so what was I doing? Checking the worm. Cleared. Oh, okay. That's my fault. What was it again? Mask. The player, the physics layer, this area scans to determine collision detection. The area's physics layer. Collidable objects can exist in... So this... So I only want it to collide with the player, and it's on the object and creatures mask. So in theory this should work, right? I should now be able to scan through if... We'll see, we'll see. Nope. Okay. Oh, because it's on 3. Oh, bugger, I've forgotten, I. Can you do a particle emitter effect? Like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing that. And making it rain. Yeah, I'm going to have rain in Rungeon. I actually had it in the Game Maker version. It looks alright. I want to make particle effects, but 2 lots, right? So you've got particles that are coming down, and I'm going to have another set of particles at the bottom that she's going to do splashing. Originally in Game Maker, because it does have a particle system, but it's really, it was bare when I used it. I was actually just making objects fall, and I have drops as well that kind of build up, fall, splash, and there's lots of stuff I've not put in that I do have. I'm just, yeah, my mind's like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. It gets a little bit, oof. Needs to get organised. Right, I do need help here, if anyone knows. Right. Right, how do I explain this? Layers and masks are really confusing me. I always get them mixed up. I know that the player, if he touches the worm, he dies. So, let me just take that off. This will tell me if... Because it's like... Who can collide with me and who I can collide with? That's where I get confused. Okay, so that works. So we know you're on the player mask there. That's fine. That's, well, I mean, to be honest, that's all I wanted to do anyway. So now if this goes through it, I know it will be excluding. Yes! I get it now, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to focus on maybe particles now and call it a night or something. It'll take me a while anyway. Hey, oh man, everyone's got such hard names. Wafs. I'm gonna butcher this. Is it Wolfisken Games? Wolfisken? Help me out, man. Teeth, pinches, spikes, fire, poison. Mad Tinker, you just give me a great idea there. I think some sort of like red glow or emittance coming off him, like your particle effect, just to be like, you know, red's danger. In my game, I'm gonna have purple, like a kind of pinkish purple hue, and that basically means bad, don't touch it. So I'm gonna try and keep like a colour scheme where the players learn quickly that certain colours mean bad. Close enough, thanks mate. Collision layer is the layer the object itself is in. Got ya. Mask is the object. Is checking for. Mask is what the object is checking for. Sorry, I misread that. Mask is what the object is checking for. Got ya. So I'm glad to see that this works. Now, oh, no, it's not going for the player. So what I'm just going to do is something. I'm just going to see. I'm just kind of try to exclude 2, and if it goes through the player, then I know 100% I've got it in my head. Because I'm not leaving this until it's in there, because it's bugging me. Laser. So, yeah, I'm going to put the 2 before the 3. This is where it gets all a bit weird, right? Because you can have... Yeah, let me just see. Purple danger, nice. Yeah, I've got a little sprite I made. I made it with my little nephew really quickly. It's placeholder again. Right, so it should go for the player, and it doesn't. See, this is what I mean. I don't get it then. It's going for you though, isn't it? Yeah. So why is it not going for the player if the player's on 2?
Just way better.
Let me just see if I can get rid of this and it would go for the player.
Packing all the power of a PC.
Do I have to put an array in, right? Oh, that's what it will be. No, it's not going to be that. What?
Work up reports on one side and finish up research on the other.
I'm an idiot. No, that's not on there.
With a book cover keyboard. Half price on selected
Where's my hitbox thing?
T's and C's apply.
It's on 1. What happens if I put it on 2? This is... Yeah, I've gone back to confused again. It's just one of those things. My brain just does not like how they've done it. It didn't matter anyway, did it? Take it off the mask. So am I getting confused? Is it on the layer? That's just not gonna go through this dude, is it? So why is it going through them and not him? I wonder if I've got something else on this player that I just forgot about. It wouldn't mess around with Raycasts, right? A Raycast wouldn't touch another Raycast. I'm going to take it all off and then just... Okay. And does that... Not what I want to do. physics layer the player. This is in collide objects and existing layers. This is what I mean. And the mask should be 2 as well, right? I might just skip this bit for now and sort it off stream, and then yeah, it's still dying to things. Just making sure he still works. I'm gonna fight. Oh yeah, I can see the problem now. It's got to collide with the with the environment. So this is what you're colliding with. Mask. So if that's in my laser, make sure this is right. Consider me subscribed. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Alright. Just turning what you're trying to accomplish with the Raycast. So I'm just trying to do a laser. So I'm using the So you can see like it hits the player and it stops. I'm gonna have the laser have some sort of effect on it, some particles, and when it touches something, I want it to have like a particle effect. I think I'm just gonna focus on the particle effect right now because I'm going in circles with the mask stuff. I got it working for. See, the only thing that's different about the player is that he's a body instead of an area, so I don't know if it's something to do with that. Doesn't matter. I mean, I want it to touch the player anyway. That's not the issue. I just want it to go in my brain. So I don't know if that's working alright now. Oh, thanks, Kenner. Is it Kenner? Man. These names are getting harder to pronounce. So I've got the laser, it's moving, it touches the player. I want to turn off all the excludes because it doesn't really matter now. No, I want... It works for free though. Let me just try something. Last attempt, and then I'm going to cry. I don't think that would work. Cannot convert argument 4 from an area to an in. This is what I don't understand then. This is where it would have been easy just to use the 2D Raycast. Okay, now I've got to go check. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do a tutorial on myself to propagate it in my brain. I'm sure. I mean, I can get it working from areas, but not bodies, and I know there'll be some reason. I just don't know it. Yeah, I know that 2. So save that. 2 doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna leave it on 0. So I do want this now to be colliding with the environment. Oh man. It's not, see what I mean? I don't know why. I had it working, now I don't. What's going to do with the laser, is it? I mean, would it get the layer of the parent? Ah, so you're casting a ray. Yeah, I kind of regretting using it this way. Just because I don't know how to use it. Oh, this is... I just had it working, and I don't understand why it's not now. I could copy and paste the code in, and I've messed it up, so I'll do that. So if I copy and paste the code, and then that doesn't work, let's go. I don't really want to do particles just yet as well, so I have to remember not to do that. Yep. Max diff. Oh, you idiot. Okay, I'll put these in. I'm tired as well. What's happened? So I want part not on because I've not done that yet. So yeah, let's see if this works. If it doesn't, then I don't know. There you go. Now it's doing it on everything. Not the player! I'm gonna cry. I'm literally gonna cry. This isn't exclude, this is include. Right? No, it's not. It's doing it on this thing though. These, why? Now it's excluding it again. Ah, this is driving me up the wall. Right, where? Come on. It's touching whatever these are on, so let me see what the spikes are on. This is nuts, man. Like, what's the point in this part if it doesn't work at all as it says? Try 3, because I know that's objects and stuff. I am colliding with areas, so I should. Man, this is weird. At least it's working, but I don't know why. Which, oh no, it's not. Why is it doing on the back then? Anyway, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to just wrap it up because it's... Yeah, I have to do some research. So, particles. Let's make them. I'm going to have to make a new load, I think. Particles. I've seen some really good tutorials on shader materials for particles. I really recommend looking that up because it's night and day. I will go down that route, but right now I just want to get like a placeholder in the game. I wait to kill the player and then I'm done. It should be oh, that's a horrible way. If that's true, that's the worst way of doing it. It should be bitmaps. Let me just check. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're right. It just seems like a painful way of doing it. Like, look at the example though. It's just such a weird example. Intersect and anyway. Like that. What does that mean? Addition, the method can take exclude, and it says array of objects or RIDs, that are to be excluded from collisions. A collision mask, bit mask, representing the player's layers to check in, or booleans to determine if the raid class. Oh my god, it's not like that. Oh man, that is just painfully bad way of doing it. That's, whoa, that was... Let me see what this is about as well. Unique intro, you a resource. Yeah, I don't want to mess around with that. That's... First, the area of objects you have to set. I'll have to do it another time because right now I've put so much time on it and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, ugh. But I will look at it. Bitmap. I've not even touched on that before. Might be worth doing a little tutorial if I can work it out just so people don't have the same headaches. Let's just say 80. No, it's going to be coming from the right, I think. So actually, just leave that at 1. I want gravity off. I want initial velocity to be up a bit. I'm just going to use this, and I'm just going to put it in the game and see if it works.
I drew a line in the condensation that has formed.
So I'm going to call this.
Holding the iridescent nectar. I survey the brilliant white foam, like a dusting of snow on a mountain peak. A little overpoured liquid
Have we got any
trickles down the
particles? I
glass,
can't remember if I've
forming
got a particle folder,
heavily
which I
red
should
stain on
have.
the wooden table.
Dave, it's just a pint.
I think I'm going to make one because Godot's got this weird thing where when you first load the particles, it causes a little bit of a jump. Now, the way around it, ACB Games did a great tutorial on it, and he worked out that you could just load the particle emitter stuff just in a batch right at the beginning of the game, and you won't notice it, and then it works fine. I hope fix that though.
Just click Go to Radio and listen to hours of
Objects,
music, ad-free,
just checking FX. Right, laser. You're not there, okay. Oh, I did it that way. Yummy. I've got to turn it on as well, don't I? That's not going to be the same name. So I've got a show and oh, it's going to be emitting then. Hey, Anis, GS3 and Android are not my friend. No, for Android you've got to use 2. I published an Android game where I used GS3. 25% of crashes just for one part. Yeah, you've got to go down the 2 route, I'm afraid. Kind of is working. Not completely, though. Wait a minute, no, that is working. I just did it the wrong way around. So, was it -1? I want to make them just a bit of colour because I'm getting a bit fed up of seeing white. Should transform materials. There you are. So I'm going to make it a bit of a red, but I'm going to go crazy with the red. I'm going to say 0.3, so that should add a nice little weird glow to it. It should do. We'll see. I'll full screen it just to see. I mean, it's horribly slow, but yeah, damn player needs some work. Hey Sean, thanks mate. Make it bigger. The path, yeah. I think it needs like the laser length, the thickness to be thicker, and yeah, like the particles to be. Right now, they're just floaty, and obviously particles spit from a laser should be pretty violent. So, and also I don't like that they just disappear as well. So I'm going to put a curve on them, and we're just going to fade them out like this. And the colour as well, I think. Do I want a gradient? Yeah, I'll do gradient, so it should be like. Is it white, hot, and red? We'll see. I'm gonna do this, and I'm just gonna fade them out a bit like that. Put another colour here. Yeah. Let's see what it looks like. And then one here. I need this colour to be quite violent too. Because it's gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna see what it looks like colour-wise. Add a yellow gradient for the sparks. Do you know what? That's quite kind of a good idea. I think it would be better if you had like two, because now I'm used to putting multiple particles on each other and just kind of like place them so it looks like for example, a smoke particle on top of a fire one. In fact, my next stream I'm going to do an easy one and just make fire. I thought I loaded this up. I did. That just looks the same, doesn't it? It's kind of hard to see anything. Yeah, you're right. Make it bigger. I don't want life to be that long. Spread. I want the initial velocity to be quite. Yeah, kind of like that, but not so far out. Maybe more. No, I think a point will work for this one. Makes sense, it's a laser. I need it to be faster. Obviously, if you make it faster, it'll go further out. I know how to solve that though, just reduce the time. So I like that, and then let's see what this looks like. 11 o'clock already. Oh, I can already tell it's going to be too big. It's got that. It's got a bit of a red glow where it touches, which I like. But I think the laser being white kind of makes it look silly. So let's focus this on. I may make it a bit too much. New messages. Have to go. Nice one to stop and mate. Mad Tinker, I appreciate it. I'm going to get going myself in a second as long as this... Oh, okay, that's better. Yeah, that's better. So, my next thing to do with this, obviously I want to kill the player, so I'll sort that out in a second. But I'm going to have it so kind of like it goes across. Just going back and forth. Actually, I don't actually mind it colliding with that. That could actually introduce some gameplay mechanics, right? You'd have to wait for the swing to come up, but then I don't want this game to be about waiting as well. Another thing as well, the glow is like way more when it's horizontal compared to vertical. I think I can sort that out though. I need to make this look way better than it does right now. Let me try something. Let me make this. Oops, wrong one. Scale 2. I'll see what it looks like. I think it might be a bit too big, but it might be fine. And thinner. Ideal to gradients back, longer particles, and thinner. Got ya. I mean, it's a bit too glowy now, but I do like the size of that. Yeah, that size is way better. I need to make the particles bigger, I think. And obviously I've got to tone the glow down on that, but yeah, okay. It's moving in the right direction. Let's go particles. Let me put... Let's just try and make it a little bit more orange. Unless... See, the annoying thing with this, to make it glow right, you kind of have to mess around with 0.2. This will be 8, and this should be 3. So you can still keep your colour, but add a glow to it as well. That doesn't look like it's even changing though, does it? Like, why is it not doing that then? It's not. Is it because it's not saved? Oh, try... There you go. It's because I messed around with that. That's my own fault. I'm going to have this in a bit of a... I need the size to be a bit bigger as well, don't I? Let's start it off at 3. I want it to be circles. Oh, I also need it to be none there. One shot, pre-process, explosiveness, no. Gravity, scale, angle. Where is it? Mission, no. Trail time. Where's the particle shape? There is like a shape, right? Oh, I got no idea. Maybe I can put it in there, right? Make this a lot smaller. I don't think that's going to work at all. Okay, I'm going to try that. Looks like it'll wreck everything quickly. Yeah, it looks dangerous now, doesn't it? You're not messing about. See, I do like the trail, I'm not gonna lie. If it's moving around, I probably wouldn't have it last so long though. Because it's only gonna move about this quick. Yeah, it doesn't really match the laser, it just looks really out of place. It's the colouring, I think. I'm going to make it kill the player. I'm going to have a rest because I've been messing about all day. So let's kill the player. I need to make a generic player death where it just explodes into giblets. I've got some great deaths already. I can show them now, actually. Put him here. I'll put you here. So, yeah, that one, see, it's meant to, there's 3 deaths, but that one always comes up the most. Oh, that one's rare. Yeah, there's 3, there's the split down horizontal, split down vertical, and the head, which is, it's always the most common one. I don't know why that is, because I have got them randomed. But it's always the way. That one's rare, so I'm happy to see that twice. Come on. I'll do last death. Yeah, screw it. It's fine. So I'm focusing really heavy on like types of deaths as well. Like for example, that looks terrible. He just disappears. So I think for deaths that I've not covered yet, I'll just have him explode until I put one in. So I want the player to die when he gets touched, that's fine. I get the hit position. Can I get the hit name? Nope. So, how do I sort that out then? I'd love the deaths. Thanks, mate. I took my time on the deaths. It's probably the only thing I've took my time on. I like the deaths. I don't like the blood. It just looks, it needs to react to gravity a bit more. I've got some ideas of painting this whole scene in blood when you die as well, and the blood stays and as you go on, so eventually if you died a lot in this scene, the whole game would be painted in blood. I actually like the soul death, but I'll do that in a sec. In fact, do I have a soul in this? Yeah, there. So it's got the position, not the name. This is really... Everyone says Godot's documentation is fantastic, but I'm really not keen on it. For example, we know we return a hit, but there's no like documentation to show you where it is. Like what, for example, we know it returns an array, but what's in the array? I don't know how to find it.
We all have our own
there you are, mate. No,
money,
that was stupid.
How we spend, save, and our goals for the future.
So we know that Intercept Ray returns something, but we don't know
Barclays has specially trained
what.
Experts called money mentors that can help.
Oh, I'll just do that.
From the basics of budgeting to buying a home. Book a chat with a Barclays money mentor. Search Barclays Moneyverse. Make money work for you, Barclays. Your
Cloder
income
ID.
can vary. We recommend that you get advice specific to your needs if required.
This spring, Disney Plus brings you more with
Position,
stars.
where's position on
More brand new originals like the Oscar-nominated Nomadland.
There we go. So we've got the normal, the Collider ID, we've got the Collider.
I'll see you there.
And Grownish starring Yara Shahidi.
You are so
No name though.
Series you love, like 16 seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, that's... Yeah, I think I'm going to go to... I'm going to take this out, I'm going to use a Raycast.
I'm ready.
Only on Disney Plus. 18 plus subscription required. T's and C's apply.
Is... Same as sometimes feel community is a little bit like Tesla community. Is the tree a loading scene? Oh no, sorry, that's just a weird splash screen. I didn't want the Godot's robot face on, so boot splash, I've just put it there so I could change it to something else. I was just demonstrating it to someone and I forgot to put it back. But maybe I'll put it to the player because that would make more sense. Yeah. So now if I load it up, we should see the player. Cool. Yeah, this is really annoying. Now, could I get the Collider name? Would that work? Yeah, let's try that then. Collider. And it should bloop, and then we should be able to go over it. Where there it is. Output tile map. Okay. So remove this. We're going to press play, and now when it touches the player test. So I can do it by the name, which I really don't like doing. I'd rather do it by in group. So I'm going to try that. If hit Collider dot is in group player, then I want to print works, and if this works, then I know I can just do it. Do it. GIMP, fix your Twitch chat. Oh, is it not working? Oh, it's so irritating. Sorry, this is really frustrating. Yeah, I've been ignoring Twitch. I'm sorry, I've not purposely done that. I'm on Restream, so I'm on 2 things at once. But it was showing my Twitch stuff on here. Now it isn't. That's handy. So now I've got to go between. Oh, this is. Yeah, I need to find a better method of doing this. Hi Sherry. Hi RxDef. Want to be famous? Oh, you're a bot, that's fine. Your audio has a lot of static, yeah. I think my Twitch is just gone to pot. I think also I've put my audio pretty high because people were saying it was really low. So it's either have some static or none. Sure. Alright, so yay! That's really good news. Okay. Then we want to say game enter state because we know the player's going to die. And then we're going to say player died. And this should be a boring as hell death, but it should work. And then blop. Yay! I don't know why the laser dies though. Because I put the laser on the player. Ah! I'm so bad. Blop. Okay, cool. That's great. I'll show the saw death and then I'm done for tonight. I need to sort out the stream still. So laser, and then I think the saw. Yeah, so the saw stays bloody. So I need. Yeah, so much stuff I need to do. I've got ghosts because it's a speedrunning game, so you kind of like race against yourself or other people, and I've got blood, and yeah, it's just so much stuff to put in there. Cool. Yeah, that needs sorting out too. Bonk. Cool, right, thanks for people stopping by, man. Take it easy. Bye.